Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy, Cupcake Smash, coming at you with another life story. And today, we got some heat. You can already tell by the name of this video, it's going to be a banger. Accidentally bringing weed onto a military base. Now, I know how that sounds. Cupcake, what are you talking about? How would you even get away with that? Listen, I'm about to tell you. Relax. To start, the reason why we were going to the military base was because our friend Brian was graduating from basic training. I remember it was November 2017. He was just about to finish basic training. Actually, he was done. This was just the graduation ceremony. So it was going to be me and three other friends. We're going to take two separate cars. My boy Sam, Jeremiah, his brother, and our friend Nick. Us four would take the trip up to Georgia. Now, he was already in Georgia. We had to bust a mission to get to him. I like to call it a mission. It was our first real road trip. You know, we always talk about going upstate or across the country or whatever it was, but a real road trip with our own cars and no parents. So this mission was going to be about 4 days. It started on Thursday and we were going to come back on that Sunday. So to prepare, me and Sam got together and we got the plug. I'm not going to enthrall you with the details on how we got this weed because let me tell you, the plug was late. We had to drive to him. A whole debacle. Let's just say we got a half ounce ready to go. We knew back then that would hold us, but we just wanted to make sure, you know what I mean, that we were going to go and not have any, we wouldn't have to ask nobody. We'd have our own stuff, it'd be great. So, me and Sam, we got this half ounce. We meet up at his crib. Jeremiah's already there, of course. Our friend Nick's there. And we get ready. We get packed. And we were out that door. As soon as we were ready to go, boom, we dipped. Now, we divided the cars into two separate drivers. Nick and Jeremiah in one car, and me and Sam in the other. I'll tell you why we divided that way, boys. Because we were the stoners. Let me tell you what. As soon as we got in that car, Sam started driving, I started to roll up. This was the plan. Now, I know it sounds sketch. What you mean you're going to smoke? Listen, we did not give a fuck. It doesn't matter who you were or what you told us. We were going to do it anyway. So we roll up the joints. We get on the highway and it's a straight shot from here to Georgia where we were trying to stay at. I should probably say that we were staying at my sister's place, and it was the only reason why we could go to Georgia in the first place was because my sister lived in Atlanta at the time, and it just so happened that she allowed us to stay for the weekend. So shout out to sis for letting us stay over at her place. Anyways, as soon as we got the gas full, we were gone and we weren't stopping. We were going to go until we needed more gas. It was great. We had music going. We had hella snacks. I was with my friend, bro. It was a vibe. And of course, we were smoking on that sticky. Hot boxing, hot. Driving, hot. All at the same time, eyes peeled for the police because I don't know if you realize, but Georgia has it's just one of those states, man, where there's just cops everywhere, especially on the interstate or leading up to it. State troopers when you cross the line. So we always had our eyes open for that. But thinking about it now, we didn't. It was always smoking in that car. When he was driving, I was rolling. And when I was driving, he was rolling. It was really a tag team effort. So that's how we busted our way all the way to Georgia. By the end of the night, we get there. And I see my sister. We all hug her and we thank her. And we were for family. We're saying hello. And we just settle in for the night. Now, one of the reasons why I remember the date so clearly in this story is because Wiz Khalifa dropped his album Laugh Now, Fly Later that night. When me and Sam found out about it, we walked over to the car and we sat in that car at the stroke of midnight. The album drops on Spotify. And we sat there and we played through that whole album, track by track, just hotboxing the whip. Hearing it for the first time, it sealed a memory for me that you can't take away. It was, we just got there, feeling the Georgia air, different vibe, new music. It felt great. After that, we just crashed, and boom, it's Friday. Brian's graduation. The reason we came. As we're getting dressed, Brian sends us a text saying, "Hey, can you pick up my girl on the way here?" We said, "Sure, there's no problem. We'll pick her up." So that's what we do. We all get in our cars and we say bye to our sister and we hit the road. I think the base was in Columbus and we were in Atlanta, so it was a little bit of a drive, but it didn't really matter. We were just taking in the sights and enjoying our time there. Fast forward, we pick up Amanda. We say, "Hey, how's it going?" And she's excited. Wants to see her man graduate. It's a big day for him. It's a big day for all of us. We're all excited. Now, Amanda isn't a big stoner. In fact, we made sure that we didn't bring the half ounce with us. We left our weed in the crib with our stuff just to be sure, that we wouldn't come across any problems. In hindsight, we were more scared of Amanda than the military in our minds. So we think we're good. We don't have any pieces. We don't have any treat. We just have what we have on us, and we just keep it moving. Fast forward, we're on the way to the base. You knew we were getting close because all the shops and stores around had like military discount, buy your boots here, buy your uniform here. It was kind of those kinds of shops around the area. So leading up to it, we knew what we were getting ourselves into. We pull up to the gate or the entrance, and they have military personnel at the front waiting to greet us. And all of them were strapped with M4 rifles. They were just, wow, ready to go. Bro, this was the point of no return. I didn't know it at the time, but we were bringing in some THC, illegal substance, on a military base. Anywhere for that matter in the state. But here was the hardcore. Now Amanda has the invitation. She greets him with a smile, says, "Hi, how you doing?" He goes, "What is your business here?" "We're here to graduate." "For the graduation?" He's like, He scans the identification and then lets us through without saying anything else. Just like that. Very clean cut. We make it through, and I've never been on a military base before, but they make it like a small town almost. They have like little shops. They have like, I saw a Starbucks in the bitch, like in the areas where they live on base, and people military walking around, strolling in their cars. It was actually kind of cool just to see it firsthand, and see what they ate, how they lived, at least on base. We pull up and we have to go up this long hill. I remember it was a big hill that we had to drive up to, and on the top was like where they were doing the ceremony in the stadium or whatever. So we go up the hill, and as we're making our way up the hill, I'm just going through our shit, going through our bags, making sure we got our wallets and whatnot, and I noticed that I have my grinder in there. I'm like, okay, no big deal, right? But I open it just to take a peek. Dude, let me tell you, it was full. I don't remember. It was full, dog. Like, in my head, I'm kind of freaking out. Like, oh shit, we're already here. I'm the only one who knows at this point. Everyone in the car hasn't caught on yet. I'm like, whoa, what am I going to do with this? So I close it up and I decide to keep it on the hush. I'm going to decide, let's just go through with the ceremony and see where this goes. And if the moment pops up, we can take advantage of it. So we leave our things in the car. We all get out. I don't worry. I go over to Sam. I tell him, yo, that grinder's still full, dog. He said, "What grinder?" I said, "There was a grinder left in a bag or something." He's like, "No way." I couldn't believe it either. But hey, we were wanted, boys. Technically, in our head, it was like we were walking around with a bounty on our heads. That's what it felt like. But we keep going. And I remember they had a whole progression with all the soldiers in line in uniform. Stiff, bro. Soldiers, man. When you look at them, you knew they were waiting for this day. I spot Brian in the crowd, and wow, it was pretty nice, pretty moving. Once they get done with all that, we get to finally meet up with him and shake his hand and congratulate the man. It was actually a surreal moment, It was like the first one of us stepping up, doing real shit. So I respect him a lot for that. We get back to the car and we decide, yo, we got some time to kill. What do you want to do? Brian said he had to go pick up a few things on the store. So like bet. We roll up to it. It's not too far away from where we were. And he goes in with Amanda and he has to go get a couple things. Meanwhile, the rest of us are in the whip. We didn't have any pieces, but you know your boy always stays strapped with a piece of paper. That's what Sam whipped out the papers and I whipped out, and we're like, let's get to rolling. Fuck it. So we roll a little quick one right there and then. We looked at each other and we knew this is risky. But we said, fuck it, man. We only live once, whatever, right? We spark up and we start toking. We knew we didn't have much time, maybe 10 minutes. That's what we were giving us in our mind, the window we had. And we just chief on it. We're passing it, hotboxing, boom, 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 boom. We get this little joint down to the roach fairly quickly, I would say. We had 4 heads, so we get it down to the roach and we just toss that shit. No more evidence. Roll the windows down. The hotbox smoke comes out barreling like a beacon in the daytime. It's the middle of the day, man. We're in the parking lot. And then we just start driving around, trying to get rid of the smell. It was all fun, but that adrenaline kept us alert, man, because you never knew who was watching. That's how we lived, man. Brian comes out with Amanda. We're like, hey, what's going on? And I think he smelled the smell, but he didn't really put 2 and 2 together. He probably thought we brought like a pen or something, but not like a whole ass joint. Thank God for that. We weren't really, hot under a lot of pressure. So we calmly make our way out of the base. They didn't really check us on the way out. They just let us go. So thankfully we make it out. And at that point, that's when we told them, hey, we brought some weed in the bags, just flat out. They're like, what? That's what that smell is? Like, yeah. They couldn't believe it, man. They're like, really? I mean, honestly, if I was in another mind, I would have just brought it either way, but I really didn't know. That was accidental in this case. But when life gives you an opportunity, you take it. And it made for a great story, didn't it? After that, we literally just hit up like a Chinese food place, a hole in the wall, real, just Chinese spot, regular. And we sat down and we just, spent our time with our friend, man. He was going to go to the military, bro. He was off. So we were just enjoying our time with him. After that, we dropped them off at his hotel with Amanda and let them be, enjoy each other's time. And we headed back home, back to my sister's place. And that was the end of a really good day. The next day, we hang out with him again, spend our time, vibing with him. And by that night, it was actually pretty cool. I even convinced my sister to get us some beverages, some beer, if you will. Some Coronas, because we're classy gentlemen out here and drinking Corona. That's right, with the lime, bitch. So we drank some Coronas, and I think that night we hit the hookah lounge. It was a big vibe. I remember going in, but I don't remember coming out. I'm pretty sure one of us had to have driven crossfaded, and it might have been Sam, because we all drank before we got in and we smoked when we left. So I want to say it was him. Thankfully, we got home safe. Thinking back, that was fucked. After that, it was Sunday and we just got our things together. I thank my sister once again for letting us stay. And we hit the road, man. We went all the way back home. Same plan. Filled up the gas and did it one shot all the way down. And of course, we still had some left to smoke. Hey, you know what we doing out here. Bullin' boys. But anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in for another video. I hope you guys liked it. I had this one sealed away for a while. I didn't really know how to tell it, but hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.